It's not so easy being green, and no one knows that better than Piccolo. The Namekian warrior had many adventures through Dragon Ball, but this time we're looking at alternate stories where he takes center role in Sparking Zero. From what if Piccolo defeated Nappa to what if he defeated Cell, we've covered most other characters at this point, and he is the last hero to cover. So let's begin. We kick things off in the Saiyan arc, as the Saiyans have arrived on Earth earlier than expected, and Goku isn't revived just yet. So the Z fighters gather together at the battlegrounds, lose members, and take down the Cybermen, all while hoping that Goku would return soon. Still, they can't just wait, and the mighty Nappa is itching for a battle. Piccolo shows that he's no slouch, likely having gotten more training in with Gohan to further evolve his abilities. The Namekian pushes Nappa to his limits, using everything he's learned over the years to defeat Goku, and using it on a different Saiyan. Close enough, I guess. Thanks to this, Piccolo actually manages to bring down Nappa, and as he lays on the floor defeated, Vegeta throws him up to the sky and blows him up. Such dirty fireworks. Vegeta is the most ruthless warrior they've ever faced, but even he has to admit, the Namekian has style. Just then, Goku finally makes it to the battlefield, interrupting Piccolo's aura farming. With 4 allies remaining, Piccolo, Goku, Krillin, and Gohan get ready to face the Prince of all Saiyans. Vegeta is cocky as he battles Piccolo, so here we have to take him down fast. If not, then we actually get a bad ending, where Piccolo is blasted away and perishes before his might. And that's it. But that's not the end of the story, because if Piccolo uses all his skills to the max, and really shows Vegeta that he shouldn't underestimate Earth, then Vegeta is knocked down to the ground and defeated. Krillin and Gohan celebrate as Goku turns to Piccolo and tells him just how impressed he is of him and Gohan, saying that it's thanks to him they won. Piccolo admits that he's glad to have gone to battle side by side with Goku again, clearly showing just how much he's changed since the 23rd World Tournament. But while discussing this, Vegeta makes his way to a spaceport and blasts off without a word. Krillin can't believe that he could still move after such a beating. He didn't even have to turn into a Nozaru this time. I guess he was too scared. But Piccolo isn't worried. If he ever returns, they'll just have to beat him again. Gohan asks to continue training with his master, and Piccolo accepts. The what if ends here, but since Piccolo is alive, that means that they can still revive everyone killed during the Saiyan attack. Piccolo, Goku, and Gohan will likely continue to train harder and harder, as slowly Piccolo throws away the idea of taking over. Or maybe, in a darker timeline, he actually does go through with the plan, and turns Gohan into his little demon underling, and tries to get him to turn on his father. Either way, I'm sure Vegeta would want to return to Earth, and then maybe become something similar to the Goku what if, where Vegeta escapes, but returns to Earth to try and team up with the Z fighters, as Frieza is making his way to the Dragon Balls, and together they train to battle the monster and bring peace once more. And speaking of Frieza, the next what if takes us to Piccolo's home world, outside of the demon realm, I guess. Piccolo has just returned to life thanks to Gohan and the others using the Namekian Dragon Balls. However, he appears in the middle of nowhere. What an oversight, Dende. As he tries to make his way to where Frieza is attacking, he comes across Nail, a Namekian warrior who was defeated by Frieza, who instructs him through using the Namekian fusion technique to become stronger than ever. Excited by his new strength, Piccolo rushes to Gohan, and right as things seem most dire, Piccolo lands before his friends and Vegeta. Frieza isn't impressed by the appearance of another Namekian. He'd already made sure to exterminate most of his race, so what's one more body? Frieza fires a blast, only to see it reflected, and Piccolo's own blast consumes him. Clearly, he isn't dealing with the average Namekian any longer. Piccolo swears to avenge all the Namekians killed, but soon after the battle begins, Frieza declares that he should consider himself lucky. He's about to be killed by his third form. Frieza transforms, but Piccolo this time does much better than normal and defeats him faster in the game. Thus, the Emperor admits just how good of a show he's putting up. This is the first warrior in years to be good enough to necessitate his true form, and while he transforms, Dende heals Piccolo so he can continue the battle. No matter how terrifying the new form is, Piccolo does everything he can to buy them time as they wait for Goku, even damaging Frieza. Frieza says that he should be proud of being the last Namekian standing, but soon enough, he will join them in Otherworld. While Piccolo struggles, Goku finally arrives, and not long after, Krillin is killed. Goku awakens Super Saiyan as he turns around and asks Piccolo to take care of Gohan and leave. We do just that, though Piccolo is a little disappointed disappointed in himself, saying that he should have done better, so he could have helped against Frieza. From here, the path merges back with a regular timeline. Though it's a little weird, since it was Piccolo fighting Frieza instead of Vegeta. I guess that just means that Vegeta survived the Namek encounter unlike the normal timeline, and actually got to see Super Saiyan Goku. In the anime, he does see the transformation right after he's revived, but in the manga, he never sees it until Super Saiyan Trunks. It's a small change, but worth mentioning. Since Piccolo felt shame about not being strong enough to fight alongside Goku, I believe that he would train harder than in the original story, being even more prepared for when the androids arrive. Hell, maybe he actually tries to fight Mecha Frieza until Trunks shows up. Anyways, we move on to the androids, and on to Trunks' arrival. After being warned that the androids would show up in 3 years' time, Goku, Gohan, and Piccolo train together in preparation, unsure of what kind of monster will show up. When androids 19 and 20 appear, Piccolo comments on how they're not exactly what he imagined. Don't worry, Piccolo, Toriyama's first editor felt the same way and pushed them out of the story. Just wait a few chapters. Gohan and Piccolo notice that something is off with Goku as he takes on number 19, saying that he's slowing down and he's fighting much more sloppily than normal. Here, we actually get to choose. Do we simply observe the battle as Goku has a heart attack, or do we step in to save our old enemy? Well, it wouldn't be much of a what if we just stayed back, so this time we will do something about it. Piccolo jumps into action, pushing Goku out of the way and telling him that it's up to him now. Up close, it's obvious that Goku is in trouble as he clenches his heart. Just like me writing this off of 3 energy drinks. He's just like me for real. Piccolo is extremely confident in his 3 years of training. Regardless of the android's technology, he beats down the fat android until Vegeta lands and declares that he will take care of the toys. We don't see Vegeta beat him, but I guess he just stole our kill off screen. Because we interrupted the fight, Goku is actually in a better condition than normal. He didn't have to fight for longer, so he heads to Kame House while Yamcha gets the heart medicine. Meanwhile, Piccolo and the others chase after Dr. Gero, but through it, he sneaks up on Piccolo and drains his energy. The Namekian gets Gohan's attention telepathically and is saved, only for him to escape and free the other androids. 17 kills Gero and releases 16. Now the androids and our heroes stand before each other, ready to fight. 18 and Vegeta are about to battle, but Piccolo steps in and claims that though they are strong, he can take them on. Quite a statement from a guy who was just getting bullied around by Gero, but you know. 17 agrees to fight him, but in the actual battle, we're fighting 18 instead. A little weird. The two clash, and it's obvious that the androids have one advantage: they don't get tired. Even if Piccolo does well against them, he's not gonna last forever. As the fight progresses, Gohan jumps in to help his master and kicks 17 across the face. They survive this battle thanks to their training, but Piccolo knows that it won't be enough. As the androids leave them, Piccolo travels to Kami's lookout once again to become one with his other half, and the nameless Namekian is reborn. On the surface, Cell begins to attack the towns, but Piccolo chooses not to interfere just yet. Instead, he realizes just how much and how fast Gohan is growing, and believes that together, they can stop this threat. He heads to Kame House to check in on Goku, where the virus continues to spread, and Goku can't take the medicine until it's completely infected him. Goku knows that he's useless the way he is now, and that they need more training. Because of this, he entrusts the training of Gohan in the time chamber to us, telling him that he knows he can draw out Gohan's latent potential. Piccolo agrees, knowing that together they'll get even stronger. However, Vegeta insists that he and Trunks go in first, and while at Kame House, the androids appear to kill Goku. Just like the original timeline, Piccolo leads them to a remote island, this time accompanied by Gohan. During the fight, Cell appears to absorb the twins, taking his chance to absorb 17, and Piccolo is forced to fight him. Cell is unbelievably strong, but Piccolo can still stick up to him, surprisingly. For a while, at least. Suddenly, Piccolo senses an incoming key. It's Goku. He hasn't recovered from the heart virus just yet, but he knew he had to help his friends. This stress only causes the heart virus to kick in even more, and he passes out from the exhaustion, telling Piccolo to please take care of Gohan. The heroes retreat, while Cell goes to fight 18, and Piccolo takes Gohan into the time chamber. Piccolo tells his students that he will focus on pushing Gohan into Super Saiyan and perhaps even further beyond. But first, they will need to take care of Gohan's weaker fighting aspects. So we get to choose. Do we train Gohan's body or his mind? The difference here comes later down the line, with just how much Gohan will lose it against Cell. Still, it's just a small change. In this case, Piccolo will focus on Gohan's mind. Piccolo explains to Gohan that his power is even greater than Goku's, but in order to properly use it, he first has to control his emotions. Piccolo will push his limits as far as he can, all while Gohan tries to keep himself grounded, yet angry. Piccolo understands that Gohan doesn't care for fighting, but pacifism isn't going to save the world this time, and so their time chamber training begins anew. Gohan thinks back to the battles against Frieza and the Saiyans, all while feeling the rage and keeping his cool. Piccolo is so proud of Gohan. Despite their extreme difference in power, he can still fight well against him. It's difficult for Gohan, but he continues to work on it, remembering the feeling. After 1 year in the time chamber, the two walk out wearing the same uniform, and Gohan has a brand new Super Saiyan. I wonder if they still discovered Grade 4. Goku's still recovering, so Piccolo takes the next 10 days of peace to hone Gohan's skills further. The two go out in the wilderness just like old times and meditate. The progress Gohan is making inspires Piccolo to keep growing, until finally, the Cell games begin. The first warrior up to bat is Piccolo himself. Despite knowing how strong Cell is, he doesn't want Gohan to fight if he doesn't have to. Gohan isn't sure about this, but Goku tells him that Piccolo must have a plan. Also, notice that Goku is in base here. Since he didn't have the time in the time chamber, he never ended up achieving Mastered Super Saiyan. The fight between the two brothers commences. All of Piccolo's training has led up to this, and he performs really well, but it's still not enough. Despite all he's been through, Cell is still far stronger, knocking him to the ground, stepping on him, and getting ready to kill him, all while Gohan watches in disbelief. He feels it slipping. He can't watch anymore. He has to stop Cell, and he finally snaps. Goku was right after all. Gohan was hiding power. Still, Piccolo doesn't want to force Gohan to fight, jumping in to protect his student. But Gohan's power is too interesting for Cell to ignore, slapping Piccolo away. Angered, Gohan fires a Kamehameha at Cell, which severely injures him. Cell falls to his knees, trying to recover from the attack. Goku yells at his son to finish off the android once and for all, but Gohan laughs. No, he doesn't deserve such an easy death. He should feel the same pain his victims did. Since we chose the pro-mental health path, a single shout of his name from Piccolo calms him down. If we would have chosen the gym bro path, then Piccolo tells Gohan that he's fine, but the boy insists that Cell has to pay for everything. Piccolo tells him to remember his training and why he's fighting, for his friends, for his family, and with that, Gohan finally calms down. The dialogue is just a little different between the two, specifically with Gohan being more assertive against Cell once he comes down in the mind path. Either way, Gohan lowers his guard, saying that he was blinded by rage, but the training brought him back to his senses, telling Cell to give up. This only angers the perfect android, who attacks once more, but gets the android 18 knocked out of him. Just like in the normal story, Cell tries to blow himself up, but Goku teleports him off to King Kai's planet. Despite this, Cell returns more powerful than ever and takes down both Trunks and Vegeta, with Gohan getting his arm broken while protecting Vegeta. Cell says that it's his turn to torture Gohan now, but Piccolo jumps in the way again. Cell is just getting annoyed at this point, telling Piccolo once again that he's done with them, but Piccolo stands firm. This is his battle, trying to buy more time for Gohan. Cell laughs as they fight. He could buy Gohan like a few seconds maybe, but Piccolo is at his limit. He tries his best to keep Gohan safe, and when he sees an opening, Piccolo fires a special beam cannon at Cell, but it barely slows down the perfect being. Still, this was exactly what Gohan needed as he fires his most powerful Kamehameha. Cell responds with his own, realizing that Gohan and Cell are equally matched. Piccolo blasts Cell directly in the face. Goku and Piccolo, Gohan's heart and soul, yell at him to do it now. The two attacks clash, but with one more word of encouragement from Piccolo, the young Saiyan overwhelms Cell and finishes him off once and for all.
Now, Gohan! This can't be! I am...
Unless Dr. Gero's grandson tries to rebuild him as a giant red monster, of course. With Cell's defeat, Piccolo flies down to make sure that Gohan is okay. The boy blames himself for his father's death, but Piccolo reassures him that even if Goku was the one to fight, the results would have been the same. Like father, like son. Piccolo tells Gohan that it's thanks to him that he's alive, and that he should be proud of the man he's grown to be. His kindness is his greatest strength. With that, Gohan asks Piccolo to help him become as strong as him and his father, and Piccolo smiles at him. With Cell's defeat, 7 years of peace await. I think that things will likely go as normal for the Buu saga, up until Gohan has to face Deborah. Thanks to him wanting to train more with Piccolo, both of them will become stronger, and I can see Gohan keeping up with his training more, though because of Vegeta, Buu would still be revived. And when that happens, Gohan will put up more of a fight. I don't think that he'd be able to win right away, but at the very least, when it's time for Ultimate Gohan to fight Super Buu, I think he'd be a little more aware as to not get too cocky, and actually get the victory and protect his friends. Maybe we could even end it with a double attack from Piccolo and Gohan, going on to train and study even more in the future. This would mean that Goku isn't revived, and it would end up being up to Vegeta, Piccolo and Gohan to protect the world from here on out. So maybe Piccolo gets Orange early because of this. Sure, Super Saiyan God seems impossible to get for Beerus, but maybe with the help of the Namekian Dragon Balls, Orange Piccolo could show Beerus a real challenge. Piccolo has fused with Kami and confronted Cell, but the bio-android escapes. Soon after, Piccolo finds himself facing 17 in order to protect the recovering Goku, taking the androids to a remote island. 17 is surprised to see just how much stronger Piccolo got in such a short amount of time. His Cell Zone grenade nearly takes him out. If it wasn't for his android barrier, the fight escalates, but through it, Cell jumps in to try to absorb 17. Piccolo was so focused that he didn't even realize he was nearby. The Namekian tries to keep him busy so he can't overtake 17, but this time it actually works. Piccolo beats down Cell as fast as he can and ultimately kills the android, only to continue his fight against 17 right away, as if he wasn't nearly devoured. I guess he just never found out what the hell that was about? Probably really weird from his point of view. Piccolo is still happy to oblige and wins his battle against the android. Punch after punch, blast after blast. 17 falls. 18 can't believe her eyes. Her brother was actually defeated, but Piccolo doesn't want to kill them. Instead, he warns them. If any of them come anywhere close to Goku again, he will defeat them. It's really cool to see Piccolo so adamantly defending Goku. Maybe it's that Kami within him. 17 was annoyed by Cell interrupting and leaves with the other androids, saying that they'll continue hunting Goku some other day. Goku and Gohan appear behind Piccolo and tell him just how amazing he is. It's a good thing the androids decided to not look back, otherwise they would have killed Goku right there. I'm sure that Goku will still want to enter the time chamber with Gohan, getting Super Saiyan Grade 4 and everything. Though without Cell to push him, I think Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 will have to be unlocked properly during the 7 years of peace. Somewhere along the way, 16 and the others will show up at Goku's place, but he'll be ready, perhaps obtaining Super Saiyan 2 himself by that point, with Goku fighting 16, while Gohan and Piccolo fight 17 and 18. Either way, it would be a very fun fight to take them on, especially with how insistent 16 is to kill him. Still, I doubt he tried to self-destruct or anything, because of the wildlife around Mount Pautsu. 16 wouldn't stop until he's way too damaged to continue, and Goku, seeing how amazing of a warrior he was, would take 16 to Bulma for repairs, where the programming to kill Goku and the bomb would be removed, and so the Z Fighters would gain a new ally. 16 would likely live with 17, and I could see them choosing 16 over Frieza in the Tournament of Power. Since he's fully mechanical, I wonder if he would need upgrades to get stronger, rather than just being able to train his way up. During the 7 years of peace, Piccolo, Gohan, and Goku would continue to train together, adding Goten into the mix eventually, though Goku would probably be preoccupied fighting Vegeta over and over again, pushing each other more and more, so that when Majin Buu appears, they'll be ready to stop him, and there won't be a need for Majin Vegeta. Since Vegeta unlocked Super Saiyan 3 by himself through training in Daima, I could see Goku doing the same here, but with more difficulty. The biggest change from here on out, besides 16 being around, would be Piccolo keeping up with everyone more, maybe choosing to get Potential Awakening earlier, like by the time of the Tournament of Power or something. Overall, thanks to Piccolo defeating Cell, the Z Warriors are looking to have a more prosperous future. And that was every single Piccolo What If in Sparking Zero. Let me know what your favorite one was. I think the obvious choice is the one where Piccolo chooses to train Gohan mentally. I really like the interactions in that one. Piccolo has grown to be one of my favorite characters in Dragon Ball, and I know a lot of you guys like him too. I was just at San Japan in San Antonio, Texas, and I had some of you guys come up to me and tell me what your favorite character was. You know who you are. But anyways, be sure to check out my other Sparking Zero What If stories. Be sure to Hellzone grenade that subscribe button. And if you're looking for more deep dives into Dragon Ball, check out my full guide on every official power level in Dragon Ball.